Vous avez dû faire.
Oui, j'ai fait 9000 kilomètres pour vous emballer.
A bizarre fusion of science fiction, pulp characters, and surrealist poetry, Jean-Luc Goddard's dystopian classic, Alphaville, is a fable on realistic grounds, a science fiction film without the special effects, in the words of critic Andrew Saris, using nothing but language and attitude. The abrupt shifts in tone from satirically tongue-in-cheek futurism to parodying noir tropes is oftentimes baffling yet endearing. The passage of time has done nothing to dim its stylishness, nor extinguish its piercing message, depicting a computer-controlled society at war with artists, thinkers, and lovers. After arriving in the technocratic dictatorship of Alphaville, secret agent Lemmy Caution, Eddie Constantine, sets out on a mission to remove Professor Braun, the creator of a malevolent computer, Alpha 60, that rules the city with a strictly logical fist. Upon his arrival, he is greeted by the professor's alluring daughter, Natasha, played by Anna Karina, who accompanies him on his quest to unravel the computer's mysteries. At first glance, Alphaville seemed like an unusual entry in Goddard's early career, but all his trademark calling cards are here. By writing in Lemmy Caution, a Humphrey Bogart-esque private eye character, Goddard references the hard-boiled detectives of classic film noir in a much grander way than he was able to in 1960s Breathless. Interestingly enough, Constantine had played Caution straight in 7 previous pitches, but here everything was pitched differently. Here merges the darkest of Hollywood genres with science fiction, but instead of creating spectacular futuristic sets, the film was shot in and against modernist buildings across Paris, appropriately portraying a city without a soul. All the elements combine beautifully. Raoul Cottard's black and white photography turns everyday objects and settings, a hotel lobby, a swimming pool, a room full of mainframe computers, the Paris suburbs at night, into the props of a convincingly dystopian future whose philosophy is outlined in voiceover by the grating, inhuman tones of Alpha 60, the computer that regulates life in Alphaville. Goddard had the lines intoned by an actor who had lost his larynx and spoke through an artificial voice box. The alien tone of Alpha 60 seamlessly strips away any humanity within its speech, is a constant surreal shadow over Alphaville, driving the notion of a logically vicious dystopia. The interrogation scenes are plain brilliant, sometimes feeling like an intricate philosophical chess match.
Savez-vous ce qui transforme la nuit en lumière?
La poésie.
Goddard has fun with language and names throughout the film. Streets are called Heisenberg and Fermi. Dick Tracy and Flash Gordon are absent colleagues, and Professor Braun's former alias is Nosferatu. The pulp sci-fi plot acts as a warm coat of familiarity, as Goddard subtly subverts one genre trope after another. The excellent score by Paul Mizrachi shifts from this intentionally cliched thriller music to beautiful and haunting pieces full of romantic longing.
Sans que nous changeons d'apparence.
Goddard's Zen wife, the striking Anna Karina, whose eyes are as hypnotic as any performer in film history, her expression slowly and subtly changes from cold to warm, as Caution brings some humanity back into her. The inhabitants of Alphaville seem brainwashed, programmed to an existence that feels rich and yet depleted at the same time. They are essentially reduced to the level of robots, identified only by numbers. It is as though Alphaville is governed by numbers. Alphaville takes elements of classic Hollywood and twists them into a strangely individualistic fusion, styled by modernist futurism and romantic longing. It's a bracing salute to noir pictures of old, with a jumpy European post-war uncertainty thrown in. Despite its age, if anything, Alphaville moves closer to relevance with every passing year.